What is up, ninjas? My name is Semworld, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make dark melodies like Rezz for industrial style music. You can even do this in G House, anywhere. If you're making a song for your ex-girlfriend, you want to let her know how much she hurt you and you want to create that creepy vibe in there, this is going to be the video for you, because by the end of this video you will be able to make dark melodies like a pro. Now, in order to make dark melodies, guys, we do have to break a couple of rules when it comes to music theory, and one of them is going to be staying in key. You know, a lot of times we're told to stay in key or else it's going to sound out of key and bad. But the thing with dark melodies is that we're going to strategically get out of key, use notes that aren't part of our scale to create a very creepy and bad vibe. Okay, now usually we stay in scale because we want to create this feeling of comfort. We want it to make sense. With dark melodies, it's still going to make sense, but we're going to get out of key to create tension. You know something is wrong, you're not playing the right note on the scale, but this creates this sort of emotion in people that makes them go like, oh, that's a dark melody. So join me today, guys, as we go through this. And as always, if you guys have tutorial suggestions, leave them down in the comments below. A lot of times I'm like, what video should I make? And a lot of you guys always request some dope tutorials, and if I can make it and I feel like I can teach it, you'll probably see it on this channel, guys. And as always, if you enjoy what you see, subscribe. And if you want to support my channel, go check out evilsounds.com for a lot of my sound design work. This month I'm working on an industrial style sound bank in the style of Rezz, 1788, DeSaffelstein, hopefully I said his name right. So make sure to check that out. It's going to be coming probably in the middle of the month or by the end of the month, guys, and I'm sure it's going to be something that a lot of you guys that make dark melodies will want to check out. But let's get straight into this tutorial. Alright, guys, welcome to Ableton. By the end of this, you should be able to make dark melodies, and I'm going to be teaching you guys everything I know to make dark melodies in the style of Rezz, but even more important, just in the style of yourself, because that's what you want to do, right? Alright, so let's get straight into this, guys. So we're going to be utilizing the scale of A minor because it's all the white keys. It's very simple. Beautiful. All right, so let's get straight into this, guys. Now, the first tip and the first trick that you can do to start making dark melodies is to use the harmonic minor scale. So we're in minor right now, but how do you turn it into harmonic minor? Easily, you're going to be in a scale. Let's say you're in F minor, D minor. You're going to count your notes that you're allowed to play, and it's going to be the last one before we hit that A again. This note's going to go up here instead. So that will easily let you make dark melodies, because now we have access to that one note, and we are going to stay in the key of a harmonic minor, so we're not getting out of key for this one. But this one's cool because if you add this and then you go down to that A sharp, you know, it already sounds very dark, as you can see. Now, one of the Rezz melodies that she has utilizes this as well really good, which sounds like. Now, if I freestyle a melody and I add that note there, I can do a lot with that note. All right, so that's a tip I'm going to give you. Use a harmonic minor, okay? That one's the easiest one, okay? Now, the next trick I give you, and you can do this at any scale, is you have your root key. You can go up a semitone. Well, that would be that A sharp, and it sounds like. Now, if we play that with the A, again, we have a very dark melody there. All right, so now when we combine that with another melody and we just add that, like the previous example I showed you, the previous tip, it's the same thing. It can help us to create dark melodies, as you can see, but you got to use it in the right setting. So that's the next one that we can do. Now we're going to get to the ones that I haven't talked to you guys about in this channel. These are going to be like the more secretive ones. And again, I don't know if these have terms, music theory terms, because I'm not a pro at it like that. These are just things that I've developed as I mess around on the keyboard. I'm like, ooh, that sounded dark. Oh, it works. It sounds like it's in key. These are things that I just saw little patterns here. Okay, so this works in any scale again. All right, so the next key that we can do something similar than what we did here is if we count 5 notes up from whatever scale we're at, the notes we're allowed to play. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that E. If we move that down here, we can still play that E, but we can play that D sharp now. It gives us a very vibe, like you'll recognize this from a song. Y'all know what song that is. All right, but what if we use it in a melody? Okay, that note. Well, we can easily use it. That fifth note
down in a semitone. It can help us get really, really good vibes, guys. That's one note right there that not a lot of people talk about. Again, I don't know the term for it, but it works so good. All right, so that's another note that we can use like with confidence. Now there is one more note that I want to show you, one more note change, and this one's a little bit trickier to use because if you use it wrong, it sounds like you're in space about to get probed. And two, it sounds like, again, we're in fucking space. It sounds like an interstellar theme. It sounds like Stranger Things in a way, but this is how it sounds like if we use that note now. So this is kind of going from like a A minor to a C major. The C goes up to that C sharp now. That's gonna sound like this. Now, the reason I say it sounds like space is because if we use it like this in an ARP setting, it sounds again like Stranger Things, we're about to get probed. So we have to use it, you know, strategically. So now those are going to be all the things I can tell you to make dark melodies, guys. Now let's make one, okay? We know the theory, but it's not about knowing it all, being smart like that. It's about street smarts, aka being able to use the knowledge you have acquired to make a melody. So when this video ends, try and make a damn dark melody with everything you learned. So we'll start with A, and we'll keep it simple like Rezz. Just so again here, dun 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 dun. I want to have a creepy vibe straight out of the get-go. So these notes here, I'm gonna use one of the tricks we use. Let's use that E or that D sharp here. So the fifth note down a semitone trick, and then E. Dun dun. Let's keep the melody going here. Here, let's go to that harmonic G sharp here to create more tension. And then here, maybe go down to that A or go up to the A. Let's add some more note movement so it actually sounds like a melody rather than like a you know. But even though Rezz does it a lot in some songs because it's very easy to do, we can maybe add changes. And this is where it starts to get harder when you start to add changes to the melody. How do you keep it dark and add movements? That sounds wrong. Dun. And then we know we're going back up there, so let's try. You can see that sounds so wrong there. Let's try this. Dun dun, da da da. And back to E. Now, moving along, let's say that's our melody. The cool thing is that everything we learned when it comes to that can also be applied to the chord. So now I can move this badass note across. Let's say I go. So I got to see what notes we're playing here. We go to that E, so here we can go down E. And then we hit that G sharp, so that means we can hit that F again. So why don't we start on A? And then there we hit like that weird note, and that's gonna be, let's see, a D sharp there. So if we hit that D sharp, let's say here, then I guess we can stay on the F here. Or hit that G sharp. All right, and then here let's end the melody. Dun 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 dun, and then this can go up to like an A. All right, so we hear that. Or just go up here. So not the greatest melody, we just did it on the spot as you can see, but it does sound creepy and you can do a lot with it. You know, this conjuring pad, the attack on it needs to be sudden or some shit, like, because it's sounding a bit weird. But that's how we create dark melodies, guys. And again, I'm sure you guys can do a lot better work than me, but this is just kind of like a using everything we just learned and changing those notes to create these melodies is what we want. So now if I kind of get some notes out, like I just freestyle it and use all those, I can make a lot of cool melodies like so. Turn on this and just go jam out. So let me put a MIDI thing so you guys can see, and I'll end the video here. You guys have a good one, and it's gonna end with a little bit of some improvisation using what we learned.